was really excited to arrive in Nashville since I knew it was such a big music town. The first place I went to was the Johnny Cash Museum. It had a lot of really cool exhibits, but I'd recommend getting there really early as it gets very crowded. The Musicians Hall of Fame was much less crowded and much larger. I had a great time wandering through the various exhibits and would highly recommend this visit for any music fan.
It's an awesome place. Musicians Hall of Fame, you're going to see a lot of...
Congratulate you, Ryan, for being inducted into the Musicians Hall of Fame.
I stopped by the Gibson Garage thinking it was a museum, but in reality, it's a large retail store. That being said, it does have an impressive selection of guitars that you can try, and the staff there are extremely friendly and helpful. My time in Nashville complete, I made my way south. I made a pit stop along the way to see an iconic music studio and get some delicious barbecue. Across the street from Central Barbecue is the site of Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, the Lorraine Hotel. It's become a museum and one I wish I had budgeted more time to explore.
Was tradition. We had to go back to backyards and people had to sit together on drums.
Clarksdale is a small town in the Mississippi Delta region that is famous for its blues music. I paid a visit to the Delta Blues Museum, which detailed the story of the blues and those who played it. I had a great stay at my hostel downtown and got a full dorm to myself. I later met some local musicians in the lobby who invited me to a show the next night. I had a great time at Clarksdale, and while it's a pretty small, sleepy town, the people of Mississippi were so warm and friendly that I was sad to go. I continued on to Arkansas and stopped first at the historic Little Rock Central High School, where in 1957 the governor of Arkansas tried to prevent the desegregation of the school. The story of the Little Rock Nine is an inspiring testament to the continuing struggles towards equality in the United States. Having not taken a hike in a while, I drove from Little Rock to the beautiful city of Hot Springs and found a cool trail through the mountains. To be honest, I didn't really know much about Arkansas or its geography, so to find forests and mountains to hike through was a pleasant surprise. The trail was well kept and lightly traveled, so I had most of it to myself. On my way back to San Antonio, I made a brief stop in DFW for a day. I wanted to visit Moore Memorial Gardens Cemetery in Arlington and pay my respects to two musicians who I had a massive amount of respect for. found a little walking path in the city after breakfast before heading to a promising outdoor museum. Just got to the old city park. I have no idea what this is, but a couple websites said it was cool, so let's check it out. The museum was free and showcased various buildings and vehicles, primarily from the 19th and 20th centuries in Texas. It was interesting to walk around, but I had another museum I was more interested in seeing. The JFK Museum was a really interesting look into the events that led up to his assassination and the fallout in the aftermath. I found it all very fascinating, and there was so much information to take in that I probably could have spent several more hours here. On my way back to San Antonio, where I was planning on staying for a while, I reflected on everything I had seen over the past 7 months. I had visited 25 states, seemingly countless national parks, historic sites, and museums. I got to know the land by hiking through the mountains, forests, and plains, but I think I learned the most about my fellow Americans. Too often we see portrayals of how divided we are, but when you travel around and really connect with the diverse people of this country, you become more aware of how different and yet amazingly similar we really are. I'm both happy and sad that this journey is over. I learned a lot about my country and myself, but the greatest takeaway will always be the memories I made with the people I met when my camera was down and I was present in the moment. I hope you've enjoyed watching these videos and that they've encouraged you in some small way to break out of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, meet new people, try new foods, and live the kind of life you want to live.